hashtag Fothergill's questions using the hashtag, what was it? What am I saying?
Yeah, well, I'll stop waffling, yeah?
I'll start again.
Stop putting face in. Hello, I'm Rachel.
And I'm David. We're part of the Fothergill's team responsible for ensuring our customers get the best quality of seeds, plants, bulbs and other products.
And we're here today to answer your burning questions on horticulture, seeds, plants that you've sent us through the social media channels.
Thank you for sending them, and without further ado, let's get going. This question's from Erin. Do homegrown veg really taste better than supermarket ones? If so, why? I would say growing them yourself makes them taste better before you even eat them, wouldn't you, Rachel?
Yes, they are, David. And thanks, Erin. And yes, they really are better from the garden. Straight to your plate. The flavour is very intense, especially tomatoes and carrots. The reason why? Well, the supermarkets, they have to travel to the supermarkets and they store them for a while. They sometimes ripen them a little underripe, so you get them and the flavour has slightly deteriorated. So it's best to grow your own. There's less air miles and it's a luxury to try. And this is a question from Ren. I'm in secondary school and obsessed with plants. How do I turn that into a career in plant science? What should I be doing now? What do you think, David?
Okay, well, hi Ren, and I'm very pleased to hear that. I think there's two sort of primary options really. I think if you're academically inclined, you could go for a plant science-based degree where you learn about all the details around genetics and ecology and plant pathology. Really interesting, and perhaps lots of lab-based opportunities in terms of careers. If you're more practically inclined, you could go down the horticultural route where you learn more about how things grow and how things perform in the field or in the garden. Either of them are equally as good. I would follow social media, email professors at universities, go to trade shows and garden open days, even start your own blog, and who knows where it'll take you. This one's from Stacey. I'm thinking of edibles for hanging baskets. What do you suggest?
There's a great choice, Stacey, that you could use in hanging baskets. The obvious choice would be tomatoes that are determinate, so they're basket types that don't need size shooting. Cherry Falls is lovely and sweet, and then you've got Tumbling Tom Red and Yellow you could do. And then we've even trying melons for the first time on this trial field. But what about edible flowers like pansies, violas and nasturtium?
And herbs?
That's a great idea, David. Really a great idea. Herbs is wonderful because then it'll be right near the house when you need it for your culinary delights. We've got a question from Chloe. How do I tackle spider mites without using harmful pesticides?
Okay, thanks Chloe. Yep, it's true, spider mites can be a pain. They're really small and difficult to see. You usually see the damage first. They suck the sap from the leaves and they usually live on the underside of leaves. When things get really bad, the leaves are yellow and you get webbing, fine webbing on the growing points of your plants. The best thing to do to keep them away is to monitor your crops and plants carefully and look for those early signs. If you see early signs, pinch some of the affected areas out. You usually find it gets worse on one plant rather than all the plants, so you could isolate that plant and take it away. You can also introduce natural predators. You can buy natural predators that will eat these spider mites, so that's quite a good remedy. They grow in very, very hot conditions primarily, so if you can keep the humidity up, keep the temperature down, that's the best thing to do. Not always easy in a greenhouse or in a polythene tunnel, which is where these sort of pests are the biggest problem. But I think the other point I would say is that these pests will hibernate, so keep your greenhouse, keep your tunnels clean them over winter so that they don't come back the following year. This one's from Heather. It's my first time growing squash. I'm getting lots of yellow squash balls that go mouldy and fall off. What do I do?
Hi Heather, I've recently had this problem. It is either down to poor weather, but more likely this year, poor pollination. The fruits will recover, just take off the mouldy fruits, give it a good water, and keep watering it, and the plants will recover, and you should get a decent amount of fruits off the plant. Okay, we have a question here from Sharon. How can I eradicate aphids from my pepper, chili, and snapdragon plants?
Okay, thanks, Sharon. I think the first thing I'd say is if you've got bugs on your plants, don't panic. It's actually quite a good thing in the garden. There's lots of different insects and bugs out there. Some of them eat plants, and a lot of them eat other insects as well. So it's a good ecosystem to have a few insects on your plants. If you think you've got aphids, you'll probably see them in the growing points of your plant, on the underside of leaves, and you may see sticky surfaces underneath where the aphids are. The best thing to do is to keep them away. So keep your plants healthy. A healthy plant is usually less prone to getting pests and other problems. There's lots of natural predators out there, like ladybirds, lacewings, hoverflies. So create a habitat in your garden that encourages those type of things. You can also do companion planting, like marigolds that repel aphids, and things like nasturtiums that attract aphids onto them and keep them away from your crops. So lots of things you can do. And the one thing I would say is no need for chemicals.
We're really grateful for all your questions. And if you have any other questions or comments, please feel free to get in touch using the hashtag #FothergillsQuestions.
And thanks for watching. See you next time.
Thank you. Get a cup of tea now.
Good idea.